It's finally here! BeamerTech's complete plug-and-play premium audio amplifier is now available for the BMW G05. Installation of the amp is actually very straightforward, but due to the location of the amp in the G05, it was challenging for us to film. However, we are going to do our best to present our installation video so that way you have a better understanding about how to install BeamerTech's premium audio amplifier in your BMW G05. This amp is a must for anyone wanting more power out of the audio system in their G05. Due to the worldwide semiconductor and chip shortage, the only system you can get in your BMW G05 is the bass hi-fi system. It's decent, but you didn't buy your BMW for decent. You want perfection, and that is where BeamerTech comes in. Here are the tools you'll need for the job: BeamerTech trim tools and a ratchet with a 10mm socket. That's it! First things first, head to the back of your G05 and remove the side access panel. This small area is why things get hard to film. Sad face. You'll be doing a lot of this by feel, as our installer Russ did. Start by removing the three 10mm bolts holding the RAM module bracket to the vehicle. You don't need to remove the bracket, but you will need access to the mounting points, and it makes it easier to disconnect the main harness. The bolts are located here, here, and here. Once it's free, go ahead and disconnect the main harness from the RAM module. A trim tool may help as you have to push down the center tab, then rotate the arm and pull out. While all this is free and accessible, go ahead and plug that harness into the BeamerTech plug-and-play harness and the other end of the BeamerTech plug-and-play harness into the RAM module. Now take the supplied body nut and slide it onto this location of the G05 like so. This will be one of the mounting locations for the amp bracket. Now we need to mount the amp on the bracket. Your premium audio amplifier will come with a backing plate already installed. Slide it into the notches of the main bracket like so, and with the supplied 10mm bolt, secure the amp to the bracket. It's time to get the amp hooked up. Your amp will have the power already attached, but we had it disconnected for better access and to make things a little better on camera for you. But this can be done with the power to the amp already attached. We make this easy. The other end of the plug-and-play harness has connections that only go into one place each on the amp, so grab those and simply snap them in. If you disconnected the power leads from your amp with an appropriately sized Allen key or hex tool, the red lead goes to power and the brown lead goes to ground. The USB cable is for tuning purposes and to digitally access the amp after it is installed. You can connect it now, but you may realize that it gets in the way during install, so it's easy enough to reconnect after. And now the hardest part of the installation. BMW does not give us a lot of space to work with, which is a clear trend of this video. But all of this has to go in there. Let's take a quick recap of where everything bolts together. This goes to that body nut we covered earlier with a bolt we supply. And the rest of the holes line up with the locations you remove the bolts from of the RAM module. For getting it in, be patient and work slowly. Flex the interior panel and metal bracket where you can. To get things in place, insert the screws you can easily see and feel. That would be the one at the bottom and the one we put the body nut in for. Don't tighten them down entirely until you get the last two bolts lined up as well, so you have room to shift the bracket around. Have the bolt in your hand and feel around. Carefully finger tighten what you can before moving on to the ratchet. It's easy to drop one of the bolts, and you don't want to do that. Once everything is tightened down, reconnect your USB cable if you had to take it off, and make sure that it is somewhere easy to reach in the event you need to access it later for future custom tuning. Get inside and crank up the tunes because you're done!
Stop it.
Aside from the tight space, installing the premium audio amplifier by BeamerTech in your G05 is simple. We offer everything for a complete plug-and-play experience. What would make the system even better is a complete Alpha 1 speaker upgrade, and that installation video you can see by clicking the link in the description. If you want to see more videos like this and more tips and tricks about BMWs and Minis and how BeamerTech can help you with your ride, make sure you hit subscribe and don't forget to ring that bell. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok as well. Thanks for watching.